So I have a puppy now. So I wanted to film this, A, to look back on because I know he'll never be this tiny again, but B, I just wanted to encapsulate this time right now. I am officially a dog mom, a doggy mommy. This whole dog, this whole pup chew is mine. So this is Rudy Roo. Rudy is his full name, but I call him Rudy Roo, Roo, Rooters. Let me tell you guys, let me tell you, I have been wanting a dog of my own for a while now. Pretty much right when I knew I was gonna move out, I was like, yeah, I know I'm gonna get a dog for myself. Anyways, so I have a family dog. It's a chocolate lab. That was my first ever family dog. His name is Barkley. He's amazing, 10 out of 10 dog. I live in an apartment, so I was like, I can't get a big Labrador because I am a firm believer that Labradors deserve like a nice big yard to play in. They get pretty big, not huge, but like they're medium-sized dogs. So I was like, it doesn't make sense, or I wouldn't want to have one and just like in my apartment. I don't know. That was just my logic and how I felt about it. Plus I was like, that's a lot of dog. That's a lot of dog. It's a big boy. And I really wanted a lap dog. I wanted something small, something that would like to cuddle, small size that could fit in my apartment and we can just coexist. And that's when Rudy Roo came in. He was born on March 25th, 2023. So he is 12 weeks old right now. He's just a baby. I have to remind myself of that all the time. I'm like, he's literally just a baby. He's like, whoa, not too much. I'm literally figuring out life right now. I've had him for like a week now at this point. I wanted to wait to film anything or to put him online because I just wanted to bond with him. It can be really overwhelming if you've had a pet. I don't know if you have or have not, but if you have had a puppy or any pet at the puppy or baby stage, it's fun. It's a lot of energy, but it's overwhelming. So how I got him. When looking for puppies online, the hard part about it is that figuring out what breed you want is really important. If I can tell you a secret just between you and me, I don't want him to hear. Originally, I wanted an English Bulldog. Like, I was gunning for one. I think that they are so cute. Their chubby faces, their fat bodies, all of it. It's all working for me. But upon doing my research, there were a lot of underlying health issues that came with that dog. Also, I don't live on the first floor, so stairs were gonna be a big part of our day-to-day training. And there are dogs that have respiratory issues, breathing issues, the list goes on. They have leg issues, walking issues. Plus, once they get bigger and turn into adults, that chubbiness, I don't want to say it's not as cute, but it's not as like, aw, adorable. You know, that's a big dog and it's like you have to deal with it, you gotta lift it, and I'm a tiny little baby myself. So I just was like, I had to be realistic about what size dog I was gonna get and what size dog I could handle, and also financially, was I gonna be able to handle its medical bills. And all of the reviews that I was seeing for that dog, it was just very much like an inevitable thing. Like, people were like, no, these dogs have these issues. Now, that's not to say Rudy won't have any issues or anything. Cavaliers definitely come with their own set of issues, but again, it's just like, do your own research and take a gamble with what you think you can deal with. By the way, I don't know if I said that already, but Rudy here is a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. I always mix it up in how to say it. It's a really fancy name for that dog from Lady and the Tramp. That's that dog. I chose this breed because, again, I wanted a smaller dog, but the temperament of them was exactly what I was looking for. I wanted a lap dog, you know, something low-key with low energy. I don't mind going on walks and stuff, obviously, but certain dogs are very rowdy and need like 3 or 4 walks a day. Like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Constant, like, just have to be stimulated. Of course, puppies themselves have to be stimulated too all the time, but it's just a different breeds are just different. These dogs, they're very docile, they're very calm, they're very like lap dogs, like sleep a lot, they play a lot, but they're just like little lazy dogs. So as soon as I decided what breed I wanted, I was like, okay, let me begin the search. I just started with a generic search on Google for dogs in my state, and then I kind of broadened it out to states that were closer, like Tennessee, Florida, like states that I wouldn't necessarily mind driving to. Finally, I ended up going on puppies.com, and puppies.com, it's like a third-party website basically. It's a host, and different people from all over, different state, they can go on there, create a profile, and list puppies. They'll list the puppy, the breed, they'll do a little description about their information, temperament. Sometimes they give a lot of information, sometimes they're just like, contact me for whatever so-and-so. And it basically, you can message them through the website, and then once you get a little bit more serious about the offer and buying a puppy, then you can take that correspondence off the website. And so usually you'll ask for their phone number, or they'll ask for your phone number, and then you'll just text, and from there you'll decide on pricing and everything else. Your budget, how much you want to spend, because these puppies, they range anywhere from 500 all the way up to, I saw some bids for like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, like crazy amounts of money. And I was like, oh no, my heart and my bank account couldn't do it. Some people charge more, some people charge less. It really is just to each individual breeder. I ended up scrolling through a lot of different puppies, and finally I saw my Rudy Boo. I'll put the pictures here of what he looked like. So these are the first shots that I saw. I was just like, oh, he's so cute. Cavaliers come in different colors. They come in multicolors, white and black, white and tan, I believe, black and tan, and then Ruby, which is what color Rudy is. Ruby is his color. Rudy is his name. So once I saw him, I messaged the girl who was selling him, and we arranged for me to buy him. But yeah, logistically, because he was from Indiana, I was like, how do we get you from point A to point B? That's where UZip came in. Puppy transport is basically a service that will bring and take and ship your animals. UZip, it basically, again, it's another third-party app or third-party website where you can connect with people who will deliver your pets to and from and across states. Each person has different reviews for their driving, and a lot of people left great reviews, talked about how their pets were shipped safely and just great at communicating, and the list goes on. So I felt comfortable with her shipping my puppy, and that's exactly what she did. So she went to Indiana, or I don't know where her starting point was, but she ended up going to Indiana to get the puppy. She actually ended up delivering on a day where I was working. It was late at night and I was literally working a wedding. So my sister, my older sister, luckily, again, the perks of living like 5 minutes from your sibling, but she was there to receive and pick up the puppy because I was at work, and she brought him back to her place until I got off work, and then we met for the first time. You know how puppies like fake you out at the beginning and they're like, look at me, I'm so innocent and sweet and I do no wrong. That's how he was the first couple days. After that, he definitely, his personality started coming in a lot more, which he's still very cuddly. He's just also very playful. He's in the puppy stage. We're teething, we're biting, we're jumping, we're nipping, we're chewing on everything. We're pooping, we're peeing everywhere. We're getting the zoomies. It's just like a lot. All of that being said, he's a pretty good dog so far. I'm still learning his little personality. He definitely needs training, which I'm sure, you know, all puppies do. All dogs need a little bit of structure. I'm doing training lessons with him now. So far we're practicing sit. We have sit down, we have lay. We're still working on lay, but he does lay. He still needs to like get the command, it needs to click. But he sits on command, which is great, and then he does lay down. I'm still working on calling him to me for some reason. I thought that was gonna be like a no-brainer, like come here boy. But he only does it like 50% of the time. Sometimes he'll just lay there and look at me and I'm like, I'm calling you, I'm calling your name. That's another thing too, I think he's still learning that his name is Rudy. Like dogs, when they're young, they don't really respond to their names, but when they get older, it's like their ears perk up when they hear their name. So still working on that. That's the basic training I'm doing for now, just keeping that repetition going and also keeping him on a schedule. That was the hardest thing too, is that it's overwhelming because your whole life changes overnight. It's just a puppy. It's not like it's a full-grown baby, but puppies are a lot of work. I don't want to like compare the two because they're very different realms, but it's a lot of the same stuff, as in like a repetition, keeping them on a schedule. You eat them, you feed them, you play with them, you make sure that they're happy, and you put them to bed. My biggest issue, I guess, would be, I don't even want to say the biting, because he really doesn't bite or nip me unless I'm like playing with the toy and he accidentally does it, or if he's just like in a chewy mood. I don't know how else to explain it. Sometimes he'll just get this burst of energy where he wants to chew on everything. I'm also working on expressing boundaries. I'm like, he's so adorable when he comes in the kitchen. He wants to lay right at my feet while I cook and do the dishes, but I'm really trying to establish zones in the house and where he can and can't go. I do not like when people cook around their dogs, and I don't like to cook around my dog for many reasons, but amongst all, it's just the kitchen is no place for a dog. That's just how I am. So I'm trying to establish boundaries with that. And then going into my room, that's not a huge issue because I usually have my door shut, but My room's not that clean. Like there's a bunch of junk underneath my bed. So when he goes under the bed, I'm like, ugh, it's like, what's he gonna pull out next type of energy. So I try not to have him in my room unsupervised. And in my room, he just finds so many things to like mess with. I think he's so used to being out here in the main room that he's less interested in all the little knickknacks and things. But in my room, it's just like Sin City. He loves it. I am crate training him. And then we do feeding, we do training, and training doesn't last super long because puppies have really short attention spans. So we keep training short and concise, but we get it done. And that repetition every day, at least like 2 or 3 times a day. Every time he wakes up, I like to go over little training rules, and he does remember and pick up on it. So I'm excited to see his progress. I am gonna go to PetSmart and do like one of those training classes. I looked up pricings today and it wasn't actually that expensive. So you can do like, it's like 124. I think it's a special or something, but that's for like a few weeks of training. Just help socialize him a little bit more. He did meet Barkley, which is my first family dog, the chocolate Labrador. It was cute, but it was stressful. They had so many cute moments of bonding, but at the same time, he's still a baby, and he's very hyper. And I could tell my older dog, he's like old age, like not trying to have it. So it was just like, I knew he was exhausted, and I was getting nervous because there was a lot of nipping and jumping on him. So I was just trying to separate the two all weekend, and it was a little stressful for me. I just wanted to make sure both dogs are comfortable, but it was just funny, and it was good to see them interact. So let's go over what I did to prepare for Rudy. I tried not to go too crazy. I know when you're a new puppy mommy, it's like, you want to buy everything, anything and everything, especially nowadays, like with capitalism and everything. They make everything so cute and customizable, okay? For no reason. We should not have this many options. I just wanted to get essential things. I got him a crate from PetSmart. I looked up one for his size puppy. I'll probably upgrade to a bigger one, maybe once he gets bigger, but we'll see how that even goes. I don't know if he's gonna do a crate all of his life. I don't know. And then I got him this little doggy bed off of Amazon, this really nice plush one. He doesn't love laying on it yet like I want him to. Like I want him to fall asleep on there, to love it, but he just, so far he'll maybe occasionally chew a toy, or he'll sit right next to it but not on top of it. So I'm still trying to get him to love it, but I wanted him to have a soft place to lay his head down at night or during the day. So we're gonna keep it out. Many toys. So it actually was like a cluster of toys that came together, which I think is really helpful. It was a big bag of toys, so what I did was I split it in half. I took half the toys and gave it to him, and then the other half I'm gonna wait until he gets tired of these toys, just give him something fresh and new to play with. We're just gonna filter them out, so and maybe I can wash the other ones while he's playing with the new ones. Like, I'm gonna have to think of a plan. I bought him a leash and collar, but I soon found that the collar I bought him was not great for walking. We're still working on walking. We have so many things that we're good at, but so many things we're working on. Walking is one of them. He is definitely a tugger when it comes to like walking and pulling on the leash. Also, his collar, it's the right size for him, but when he wiggles his neck, if he tried hard enough, he could get out of that. And he is still in the phase where he's very hyperactive when people are walking or dogs are walking. It's not too bad, like he's not barking and going crazy, but he definitely, like, they get his attention and that's all he can look at, all he can think about. If he sees a car going by, he'll try to like run after it, like things like that. He's just very observant. So I went and got him a harness, because a harness, sits on his chest, and that definitely helps with walking and tugging and pulling. We're still working on walking, and I think it's gonna be a work in progress. He's not bad at it, but definitely short attention span, crossing my legs when we're walking, like it's a whole thing. Potty training is not as bad as I thought it was. The grass has helped a lot putting that out on my deck. I'm trying to get him to, I have this little bell that I also bought for him, because I'm trying to get him to bell train so he hits the bell whenever he needs to go out. Right now, we're not at that stage because he's still like, I'm gonna pee and poop wherever. You just better be ready. And try to time it, I think it's like every hour. If he's out, I should take him out. And again, I'm literally like late at night, I'll dedicate at least like 20-30 minutes and just watch puppy videos, dog training videos, just so I can have a knowledge of how to better do things. It is overwhelming at first, but once you learn techniques and like professionals tell you how to do it, it can be a lot less stressful, because especially once you see those techniques start to work, you're like, Okay, there's a little bit of relief. Like it's not all just going in one ear and out the other. Like he's retaining some of it, he's doing better. It's a process, it's beautiful. It's exhausting, but it's beautiful. See, he's just a little puppy. This is what he looks like size-wise. Just a little baby. This is my side, this is my back. He likes to be carried like this, or we'll grab his little legs up like this. So I got his doggy food, I'll put a picture of it here. And then I got him a doggy bowl for his food and then a doggy bowl for his water. In terms of treats, I tried these baby blue training treats. He hated them, would not eat them at all. I feel like they were too similar to the consistency of his kibble, so he didn't want to eat that. So I got these soft little, I think they're salmon bites or salmon chews or something like that, but it's a softer chew for him. So we're still figuring out like what he likes, what he doesn't like. Oh yeah, I got his bath supplies, which I'll put in a clip here of me giving him a bath. Okay, so first of all, I have this little number. Look, I always told myself I wasn't gonna be the type of dog mom to buy their dog clothes, and here we are. We'll see if he actually wears it. I just put a collar on him like a day ago and he hates it. He's so mad at me because he loves to run free. Okay, so you guys know I use Chai all the time. It's a brand I use, hair care. I've used them for years and I didn't realize they had a dog line. We're gonna test this out. This one is Chai for dogs, gentle formula, 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. And it had really good reviews for it. And then this is a Chai for dogs deodorizing spray. A little something, a little cologne for him. And hopefully it smells good because he smells like puppy. And I love the smell of puppy, but I need him to not smell like puppy all the time. And then lastly, I got this brush. I know that Cavalier fur gets really long, so I wanted to make sure that he's well manicured. We're gonna see how he does. I'm nervous, y'all. I'm scared. I'm gonna run the water now, and then I'm gonna bring him in and just dunk him. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna put him in the tub, and we're gonna see. Hopefully it goes well. Slowly lowering him. Good boy. Good boy. Let me take your collar off. Good boy. Good boy. Not you trying to escape. Good boy. Good boy, Rudy Roo. Rudy Roo. Are you so miserable? Are you so miserable? I know. We're almost done, I promise. We're almost done. My baby. Okay. Let's wrap you up, bundle you up. I know you're mad at me. Before y'all feel bad for him, I'm gonna clip this with him of the zoomies afterwards because I know you're gonna get them. So it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great though either. I think that towards the end he really was trying to get out, which I didn't want that. I wanted him to like just be chilling in there. I think I can definitely get it to a faster time too. It doesn't have to take that long. If he doesn't like it, I don't want him to have to stay in there for too long. And then I may make the water a little bit warmer next time too. I was nervous about how warm to make it because I didn't want it to be too hot, but it was kind of like lukewarm, cool, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but that was our first bath. Clean puppy chew. Clean puppy, period. Say, I'm clean. Say, I'm clean, mommy. Zoom in, puppy gun. Woof. 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 He's a very happy puppy. I'm so excited to have him here. As nervous as I talk about being, like, he has so many sweet moments where we just cuddle and relax together and play together, and it's really fun to see him grow. So I'm excited for this next chapter. I definitely want to film maybe in the future a day in my life of a puppy so you can see what it's like start to finish. And let me know if you have any puppy questions down below. I'm telling you, I look up mostly everything from Google and TikTok and YouTube, so it'll probably be me reiterating a lot of the things that I've heard. But if you have any questions, let me know. And also, if you have any tips, leave them down below, because your girl, it takes a village. And I am thankful for any and everyone that helps me or gives me advice. And I'm excited to learn, especially like this is also new to me. So I just want to make sure I do it the right way. But that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button. Let's be YouTube friends forever. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.